how did I build my coaching business basically unintentionally to a six-figure business? It's actually a funny story. And I actually realized that I never talk much about my past, about how I sort of got here, and especially not about how I've actually been doing coaching for probably like 16, 17 years. And it only in the past 4 months, I've turned it into a business. So let's go back, let's go back 15, 16 years or even more. When I was about 15 years old, 14 years old, I became a football coach, a soccer coach, if you're from the States. And what happened is I've always played a lot of sports. When I was 5, I started playing tennis, and up till I was about 12 years old, I played tennis almost every single day. And I decided to stop, and I decided to start playing football. And after 1 or 2 years, I was sort of asked with a friend of mine if we wanted to coach a team, a younger team. And sure, it sounded cool, let's do it. And trust me, I was not the best player you've ever seen in your life, by far. I've only played, at that time, I'd only played for like 2 years. But what I noticed as a coach is that I've really enjoyed sort of analyzing and seeing improvement. So what's going wrong? How can we improve both as a team, but also as, an individual? And also, how can we make the whole team stronger? It's something I really enjoyed doing. And that was my first experience with being a coach and sitting in front of a group. And about 2 years later, there was this competition in my city, and or actually in the area of my country where I live. And it was sort of a debating competition. And I joined, and in front of 250 people, I started, speaking and trying to defend myself. And after 3 days, they actually told me that I was sort of the winner of that competition, which meant that I went to the European Youth Parliament. And in the European Youth Parliament, imagine this, there's 216 years old, all wanting to prove themselves, all there to sort of, fight with everyone in terms of debates. And I noticed that I really enjoyed just standing in front of everyone, coming up with this like stupid statement, analyzing how people were attacking me and what they were saying, and finding a way to talk around it and fix it, and sort of, I just enjoyed doing that. And it really taught me to speak in front of people, become comfortable, saying things that others might not agree with, which I think is very important when it comes to coaching, right? No one is looking for someone who's just saying, yes, and oh, you're doing great the whole time. That's not going to help you. Also, another thing that most of you probably don't know is that I've always played a lot of piano. And when I was 14, I started working as a pianist in a restaurant in my city, just as a background pianist. And I played at, even at weddings, at parties. And as a result, people asked me, do you also teach? So when I was, again, 16, 17 years old, I started as a piano teacher, teaching people how to play piano. Well, obviously. And once I finished my high school, I actually became a tutor for exam students, helping them with their economics, with their mathematics, with whatever, to make them, sort of pass their exams. And this was something that I really enjoyed doing. Again, I loved helping people. I loved analyzing the problem, seeing what someone was doing wrong, and then trying to fix it and see someone get better. It's very, there's a lot, I can get super excited actually to see someone succeed at something, even if I think that only 1% of that is thanks to me. That can really, I can really enjoy that, and that can make me really happy. And as the years went by, I actually continued, as a piano teacher, as a tutor, actually, this is the first year I'm not a soccer coach anymore. I continued doing that while building my business, and while I was going through university, because I actually spent 9 years finishing my, it took me 9 years to get my degree, because I was, trying this business out, working. And I never really thought about starting this coaching business, even though it was something that I enjoyed, something that apparently, according to people, I was good at, but it never really occurred to me. And about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I went to London for a business trip. And I just started this whole, Instagram thing, which at the time was me posting about calisthenics, which is the thing I was doing at the time. And I went to London, and I needed some content to be made. And I reached out to this 16-year-old kid called Iman Gadji, who was doing some content creation at the time. and asked him, you know, how much do you charge for a couple of videos, a couple of photos? Was a fair price, so, you know, yeah, let's do it. I'm in London anyways. Cool to have some photos in London, which is different from, you know, Holland, where I was born and raised. And, you know, during the basically 2 days that the shoot took, we started talking, and it turned out that Iman had a lot of business ideas and was already sort of hustling at his age. I was really looking to start the next business. So we stayed in touch afterwards because, well, you know, I had been doing business. I felt, you know, I really enjoy helping people. So without me thinking that it was a business thing, I sort of started helping him, and that turned into a mentorship. It turned into me sort of in the beginning stages of his career, guiding him and, you know, just talking about what could you be doing, how can you fix certain problems, but also, you know, how can you maybe become better at focusing or better, whatever it was, right? And as things progressed, Iman, of course, well, I mean, I'm guessing most of you know him, the ones who are watching here. You know, he became successful, and the whole mentorship turned into a friendship and business partners. And, you know, nowadays I learn a lot from him. And still, it never really occurred to me that this whole coaching thing and mentorship thing would actually be something that was really, you know, something that would be perfect for me. But because his success, you know, was really getting, you know, he was really getting somewhere, and he became really successful, and apparently, or especially because he was, you know, getting really well known on social media, people came to me and asked, you know, I saw that you helped him, could you also help me? And I, you know, started doing some coaching, started doing some mentorship. In the beginning stages, I did mentorship in sort of a no cure, no pay way. So sure, you know, I'll help you, and if you become successful, I'll get, for a limited amount of time, I'll get a percentage of how much profit you're making. Which was just for me a cool way to help people, you know, and if it was a success, it was nice for me. And if not, you know, sure, no problem. I enjoy doing that anyway. And it's only about 4 months ago that I thought, okay, so I've built up this following. I have a lot of people asking me about coaching, you know, why don't I just really start? And actually, Iman's been probably told me for like a year, dude, grow your coaching business. So I released this Facebook group, and I started releasing my mentorship program, and now 4 months later, it is a 6-figure business, right? And it's the whole reason why I'm making this video is basically to tell everyone, like, please, you know, don't make the mistake that I made, or don't do what I did, right? I spent, you know, as I said, 16 years coaching people, you know, teaching and loving it, you know, loving it, getting people results, getting teams results. And never ever did I think, and I was an entrepreneur, right? I was building businesses. I love building businesses, but for some reason I never thought, you know, maybe I should start a coaching business. And I'm sure there's been some limiting beliefs in my head or something else, but it's just stupid. It just never occurred to me. And the thing that I really want to say is it's so important that you know what you truly love to do, but also why you want to do something. Helping people, right? Helping people, seeing the sort of the spark in their eye once they see how the world can be, and how, you know, how simple certain things can be, and you know, how life can be. That is something, if you see that and you help, even again, if you only help for like 1%, that is so, you know, that is so satisfying to see that. And to me, you know, I always tell people, find your why and make your business around it. And you know, my why is helping people. And my main business was software and web development, which is not really aligning, right? So find out your why, and then see what you can offer, right? What products, what services align with this why. And then you will see that you will become successful. Because here's the thing, right? For me, coaching, right? That's something I really enjoy doing. And I'll never get tired of it. And it's something that is bringing me money, and I love doing it. And I don't care if I have to work, you know, additional hours, just because it's something, again, I enjoy. I've said that like 100 times now. I realize that, but it's because it's really true, and I'm really passionate about it. So in 4 months, I launched this Facebook group. You know, in the beginning, I launched a cheaper Facebook group because I wanted to help a lot of people who, you know, couldn't really afford my help yet. A lot of young entrepreneurs struggle with the fact that they can't afford a mentor, and they, you know, are looking for like-minded people. So what I thought is, okay, I want to help them. That's my why. How can I help them? Well, create a group which is cheap, right? Where they're surrounded with like-minded people and I am their mentor and I'm helping them. It's just not one-on-one, but you know, it's solving their problem. It's doing what I love to do and I make money as a result. And then from that, you know, the bigger or the more expensive, more advanced group came with only 5 people in there, and where there's more room for one-on-one. And then there's the one-on-one mentorship, and it's, you know, and it's growing. So by the time I'm recording this, I didn't even run ads yet for the coaching, right? So hopefully, you know, 2019, the goal is to scale this to multiple 6 figures, and I'm pretty sure I'll achieve that because, well, you know, I know what I have to do. I love doing it. I don't mind, you know, I don't mind working hard for it, and I'll make it work because this is what I want to do. I'm not saying that I'm going to quit the web development and software development, you know, that business. Of course, that would be stupid, but my main focus will be this, because then we come back to one of my previous videos, you know, you have to keep focus. So I guess this whole video, it started off a bit about, you know, giving you a bit more of my history, of what I used to do in terms of coaching. But at the end of the day, I came back to what I always really advise people to do is find out your why, find out what you truly want to do. And then, you know, figure out how you can make money doing the thing that you want to do, because that is how you not only just become successful, but you become successful and happy. Because if you're just pursuing money, you know, that's not going to make you happy, trust me. Even if you make, you know, if your goal is making $1 million, then you made $1 million, now what? Sure, you need money to be happy. Sure, you know, not having money is going to make you unhappy and miserable. You know, if you can't afford taking care of yourself and the ones you love, completely agree. But then your why is helping the people around you. It's not making money. It's so important. And it all starts by knowing why you do what you do. So that is sort of my story about my coaching. And if you enjoyed this, you know, please leave a like, follow me. It actually helps me. But also, again, my why is to help people. I love helping people. If you are trying to set up your business, right? You are looking for some guidance, or just if you just have one question, go to my Instagram. I'll link it below. Just send me a DM with a question. You know, I'm not going to reply like you have to pay me. No, come on. You know, if you have a simple question, just send me a message, because, you know, again, I love helping people, so I'll help you for sure. Also, I'll put down links to the groups, just so you can see, you know, how I structured my whole coaching business. And yeah, hopefully this was of value. This video was planned to be sort of a short video, and now I see it's about 13 minutes, me talking a bit about my life, about my why, but you know, that's what happens if you talk about something you're passionate about. Make sure that you do what you want to do, and then you will become successful, happy, and yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say.